Have you ever thought about going to Minneapolis? Minneapolis is famous for a number of reasons, reaching back for a very long time. This beautiful city, typically combined with St. Paul to create the Minneapolis. St. Paul area is a bustling area that attracts scores of tourists from places far and wide. From the Midwest of the United States of America to other countries all over the world, Minneapolis has played host to all sorts of different people. Whether you want museums, theaters, sports, nature, or shopping, you'll find something here. So now, let's take a look at the 10 best places to visit in Minneapolis, Minnesota. 10. The Walker Art Center. The Walker Art Center is considered by many in the know to be one of the world's best international art venues. And it has a wealth of contemporary design and visual arts exhibits. There are also film screenings held there regularly, as well as various live performances like music, theater, and dance. The museum first opened to the public way back in 1971, but was later expanded greatly over the years leading up to 2005. Across the entire campus, you will find a staggering 11 exhibition galleries holding all kinds of vibrant and awesome displays, while the McGuire Theater and a cinema play host to many different performances. If you're hungry or fancy a beer, you can get those too at the on-site cafe, bar, or restaurant, or just chill out at the indoor lounges and outdoor terraces. It's extremely relaxing and informative. The Mall of America. The Mall of America is one of the most famous malls in the world, and certainly is one of the most popular attractions worldwide for tourists who are looking for an incredible shopping experience. Located right in Minneapolis, the mall can boast that it holds over 500 stores and 50 restaurants, as well as having many different attractions that you can enjoy while spending time there. In an interesting twist that may help boost its popularity, the city of Minneapolis doesn't have a sales tax on shoes or clothing, which means you can find some crazy bargains. Meanwhile, if you need something for the kids to do, you'll find the Nickelodeon Universe, Lego, American Girl, Sea Life Minnesota Aquarium, and several movie theaters. There are over 400 events held there each year, such as the World Sumo Championship exhibitions, the Month of Mon, Toddler Tuesdays, and many other things such as book signings and appearances. 8. The Minneapolis Institute of Art. The Minneapolis Institute of Art is an absolutely unarguable must-see experience for people from all walks of life and all ages. You will be able to find all kinds of exhibits in this massive pillory monument, as well as artifacts collected from all over the various continents of the world across all ages, with some items even dating back as far as 40,000 years. There are prints and drawings, all manner of photography, and some avant-garde media, paintings and sculptures, as well as decorative art pieces and textiles with contemporary art too. There are specific collections that explore Asian art, African art, and American art. Not only that, but there are also rotating exhibits that focus on all sorts of different natural and scientific topics. You should absolutely visit this place if you have a love of art. 7. The Orpheum Theater. If you have a love of the live arts, you must visit the Orpheum Theater that dates back to 1921, when it was previously called the Hennepin. Now it seats over 2,500 people and has hosted incredible acts like the Marx Brothers, Jack Benny, Gone with the Wind, My Fair Lady, Fanny Bryce, and even some classic movies like the Sean Connery James Bond powerhouse Thunderball. It was restored in the 90s and at that point became the Orpheum that you can visit and experience today. You can book a theater tour as well if you're interested in learning about its architecture and history, besides just attending some of the world's greatest performances. 6. The Minnesota Orchestra. One of the other top attractions for those who adore the arts is the Minnesota Orchestra, which can be found at their location in the Orchestra Hall. The hall has played host to the orchestra since it was opened back in 1974, and since that time, an unbelievable 10 million people have visited the Orchestra Hall, all enjoying some of the world's best concerts. The hall is found right in the middle of downtown Minneapolis and has some of the best acoustics of any hall in the world, which really aid in the sound of the performances. The hall also provides a good array of drinks and snacks that you can enjoy in the intermissions of the concert as well. If you love great music, this should be one that makes your bucket list. 5. The Minnesota Children's Museum. The Minnesota Children's Museum is undoubtedly one of the best attractions in Minneapolis for families with smaller children. It's an interactive museum that allows children to engage in all manners of sciences and learn an awful lot through the fun activities provided. Kids can enjoy the fun ways to play and build community. There are a range of permanent exhibits that include Earth World, which shows all manner of habitats that are found in the state, as well as Habitat, which, like it sounds, allows toddlers to explore different environments. WorldWorks teaches observation and problem solving, and Rooftop Art Park is an interactive art gallery that lets the whole family enjoy themselves together. There are also rolling exhibits, such as the famous Broken? Fix It. 4. Minnehaha Falls. In one of the most American-sounding places in America, Minnehaha Falls is an exciting natural waterfall that has a creek running right through Minneapolis. The waterfall is 53 feet high and is part of Minnehaha Park, where you can take a load off and enjoy some relaxation. The park covers 193 acres, and besides the waterfalls, there are statues of Minnehaha and Hiawatha. This is one of the best destinations for the summer. But even in winter, it is a glorious sight as the falls freeze into an incredible wall of solid ice. While you're there, you should also take the time to hike downstream and take in the wildflowers and woods, or find your way to the Mississippi River. 3. The Target Field. If you're going to Minneapolis, make sure you never miss out on Target Field. This is the home of the famous Minnesota Twins baseball team and is located in western downtown Minneapolis. This ballpark is known for having great food, views and seating, as well as an incredible atmosphere. Once you're done there, you can easily head out into the rest of downtown to enjoy a wild night out and enjoy the other parts of the city. 2. The Guthrie Theater. Going back as far as 1963, the Guthrie Theater has been an extremely popular attraction in Minneapolis-St. Paul, and the first play ever shown there was Shakespeare's Hamlet, which was directed by Sir Tyrone Guthrie, who founded the theater. The theater was also added to in 2006, with a new building being added whose exterior walls are designed to show large images of the most famous past performances that the theater hosted. In the theater, you'll find plays, musical concerts, and other kinds of events. You can also visit the theater simply to take a tour when there is nothing playing. If you want, you can get a guided tour of backstage. But if you'd rather go it alone, you can take a self-guided audio tour as well. There are architecture tours and costume rental tours, which focus on over 30,000 unique pieces of costume. 1. The Mill City Museum. Finally, for this list, we look at the Mill City Museum, which takes a look at the history of the flour mill industry. The museum was constructed as part of the Washburn A Mill, which was first built in 1880. When it was the largest of its particular type. Sadly, the original mill was destroyed in a huge fire in 1991, but today you will find the museum on the ruins of the area, hosting a space with 8 stories. There are an incredible number of things that you can learn from a visit to this amazing location, but chiefly among them is Minneapolis and its history of being the leader in flour production between 1880 and 1903. Whether you're looking for exciting cultural activities, beauty and nature, or looking to educate your kids in the way of science, Minneapolis has something for everyone. This beautiful city isn't one that many would think of first when planning a tour, but you should definitely consider it, as this historic city is full of more than a few little secrets that will blow your mind. Will you be planning a trip to Minneapolis?